Hello. There we go. I just had to unplug it and plug it back in. It's the classic IT solution, right? How are we? Sorry for that. It's just typical when you kind of... Like, I tested it an hour ago and it was fine, and then... I don't know. Such is life. How is everybody? How are you all? Did you have a nice week? How was it? How was playing FS22 last week while I was off? Was it good? Did you enjoy yourselves? Oh dear. It's great to be back, Saran, and I've had, you know what, I feel so refreshed. I slept like ridiculous amount of hours last week, so I feel suitably recharged, which is great. So, after that little delay, and I was going to say that I was doing that shameless promo at the start for shameless plug for Surviving Wyoming, and then I went into no sound. I'm sure Granville will be in the background chuckling away to himself. You just can't make it up. Literally tested it half an hour ago and it was fine. And for some reason, you know, when you hear that doo-doo-doo in your headphones and you're like, that could be one of 20 things. But there you go. Switch it off and switch it on again. People make a living out of doing that, so, or giving that advice at least. So, here we are. Here we are. The long anticipated version 2 of Elk Mountain Ranch, and it's really nice. I mean, I'm not going to do a map tour as such tonight because it fundamentally visually hasn't changed too much. I mean, we'll go to the PDA, but there is a new empty field here, which I was chatting to CJ this afternoon. He's popped that in just so you could have a field of alfalfa to start with. He's not sure whether that'll be in the final one or not, but just for testing. We've got some new things. We've got anhydrous in the map now. I've got all my stuff written down here. Dry corn as well. So we've got propane, so we can now buy anhydrous and propane. Done a lot of tidying up of stuff. There was lots of floating objects and lots of just little bits and polish that you kind of can't catch when you're doing something like this on your own. So after people have played it for a couple of months, they've reported back a load of stuff to him. So that's great. A custom soil map for precision farming. Now I have uncovered a few fields here. Look at the detail, and he's really gone to town with this. So it's really nice. Rather than those, remember in 19, you just had a kind of a band across the whole map. Well, this is a lot more considered than that, which is quite nice. And yes, okay, I'll say it. Argsy rules. There we go. Done. So, there's Elk Mountain himself. There is the man. How are you, sir? Nice to see you. I was just getting started. Thanks for dropping in. And I was just running through your list of stuff that you'd sent me. So, the Wyoming grain buildings now have been replaced by River Bottom Customs corn dryer and silo system, which is epic. And we will go and have a look at that in a bit. I've set up a few trucks over here so we can pop some corn in and dry it and things like that. And then just some kind of small thing. The mining fuel triggers. Now, they were a little bit tight. I think everybody who's had to go up here and struggled to get the diesel into the generators, you're going to be a lot happier with this version of the map. A little bit of collision mask on the map, just a few other tweaks. He was going to put his own custom oil derrick in because you'll have seen the one that I'm using on Surviving Wyoming, but that is from Jigging for Walleye, but there's no animations. It's pretty basic, and I can imagine what CJ is going to come up with is going to be superb. But he ran out of time and he was keen to get the map out because, I know loads of people are champing at the bit to play this, so he's going to release that later on as a separate mod, which is great. David Van Mol, this is how a map is made. Just beautiful. Totally agree, David. It is hands down the best map in 22. Hands down. Thank you, Valleys. That's very kind of you to say. Without further, so the other big thing, which I left to last and then completely forgot to talk about, it's got additional multi-terrain angling, which is great. but it's Alfalfa. I think this is, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I think this is the first map in 22 that we've got a new crop in so far. I know linseed's coming on Calmsden for the next version of Calmsden, but I think we have got the first map with a new crop in, and it just so happens there's a field here. So let's just zip over here. So, and it's not what am I trying to say? It's not just a copy of an existing crop. CJ's put in completely new textures, not just for the crop, but for bales, so he could very easily have used the grass textures for bales. But no, he's gone the whole hog, as you would expect from him. So we have Alfalfa, we have Alfalfa grass textures on the ground, and we have Alfalfa bales. So I'm going to jump in, I'm going to mow this. First thing I'm going to do, we're going to mow this field, have a look at all those new textures, and take things from there. So the other thing we're going to do is try a little bit of anhydrous in the ground, see how that picks up. First use of precision as well. So I haven't used precision farming yet at all, other than a little bit of a play offline before we started. So I think we jump in and just have a little bit of a play about, shall we? Eve Van Dyke, yes, you will need a new save with this update. For the amount of changes that are in it, that's definitely the right thing to do. Let's head to the field. Blake, it's basically clover. Somebody else can correct me if I'm talking nonsense here. Clover grass. It's basically a richer type of grass. Good for feeding animals. David Bean, hopefully he's looking at releasing this in the next week or so, depending on how many things come up in testing. Right, I am going to avoid the repeating questions, I'm just going to quickly type a comment, or if somebody would like to put a comment, one of the admins, throw a comment in for me, that would be helpful. Just saying, it's 4x map. In fact, what am I doing? Did I set this up? 1 second. Maybe should have added some more content to this. I might just do that now. Let me just update my Nightbot commands. It is a 4x map, so won't be available for console. There we go. You should get a little bit more information there. Good question, Dominic. I will be not updating straight away because I I have only got a couple of episodes left of this season, so I'm going to wait and update it for season 2. Drop the front down, cutting the grass at the side as well. But when we run over this, look at that. So actually, that was lucky I did that, because now you can see the 2 texture difference. So you can see alfalfa there next to grass. That was a fortuitous mistake. One second again, and let me, believe it or not, my G-Hub is not working either. What's going on today? You're not going to download Precision Farm and makes you obsess about your soil. I have to say, I got really into precision farming in 19. By the end of it, I was getting really, really precious about making sure my crops were optimised as much as possible. Lucerne, it is known in the UK, in Europe. That's right. BJ's good. Good knowledge there. Johnny, the original version's available at the moment. This will be coming out in the next week or so. Post-testing. Thank you, Blake. Very kind. Yes, I've been quite taken aback by the response to Elk Mountain, or Surviving Wyoming as it's called. But it's just, you know, when you get a map that just kind of suggests that it just needs a story behind it. This was the one for me. Robert Kelly, why are 4X maps not available for console? Because in essence, Robert, they're very unlikely to run, certainly on the older consoles, so PS4 and Xbox Ones. They won't run more often than not. There's just not enough power in the machines, so it's hardware based. Also, Giants don't officially support anything bigger than a standard size map, so it wouldn't pass testing, or is very unlikely to pass testing. Although I think they're being a little bit more relaxed about it now with 22. So from that perspective, it's good that they're looking at it. But to be honest, I think the only challenge you've got now is that probably Xbox Series X and PS5s could probably handle 4X maps. But what they've done is they've grouped consoles together. So the newer, more powerful consoles aren't really getting any benefit, which is a shame. And maybe that'll change in the future as well. Time for your farm to burn down next week. Don't tell me Jeb's harassing you as well, is he? So we'll maybe not do this whole... Well, maybe we will do this whole field. We'll see how we get on. We've got a little bit of spraying to do as well, and a bit of testing things out on the new soil maps and things like that. Exactly, Dazed. Yeah, they're putting a pallet limit. So yes, unfortunately, that's the situation. What mods am I using? Too many to mention, Rick. This is this Kuhn mower is the base game one, and I said the K word. I hope I don't get demonetized now. How do you subscribe to FarmFlix? Oh dear, I'm missing a commercial venture there, aren't I? Should be a membership level. FarmFlix membership. I wouldn't do that to you guys. So we'll maybe bale half of this, and maybe we'll turn half of this into alfalfa hay as well, and we'll see what the two look like. We're going to find out, Scooter. I don't know the answer to that either. Thank you very much. You have the simplest YouTube username I've ever seen. The one on top of the speed monitor, Rick, is Enhanced Vehicle Mod. You just Google Enhanced Vehicle FS22, it will pop up. It's not in the mod hub. So yeah, let's find out, Scooter. Let's find out together. X-Sobers, welcome. Farm Manager, great to have you here. I will be putting this up as a multiplayer server, actually, when the new version is out. I think it lends itself very nicely to multiplayer, so we'll be doing that. Can alfalfa be fermented? Oh, that's a good question. We could maybe try that as well. Try and get I think I've got a fermenting silo installed. We could give that a go. If I get Jeremy Clarkson on. Crikey. If I know Clarkson, he'll want me to pay him. How can you join? It is open to the public. You just hit the join the channel. Oh yes, the elk bugle. That keeps throwing me. Keep on thinking I'm finding new ones at the moment. So there, that's a good fix. That is a good fix, CJ. Evening, Huntsmaster. How's it going? Maddox, you are a gentleman. Thank you very much for that super chat. Much appreciated. Love the series. Glad you're enjoying the series. Just for clarity, this isn't an episode of the series, by the way. We're just showing off the new map so you can see it. But love it. Love the fact that so many people are enjoying that series, because I have to say, totally winged it. First episode was just a let's record this and see what happens, and it just got something ridiculous, like 100k views in less than 2 weeks. It was nuts. So I thought, okay, maybe try another one of them, and it's been super popular since, and it's given me the confidence to kind of expand a bit on the story. So evening Rick, evening Curtis, how are we doing, guys? Nice to have you here. So CJ was saying that he just popped this in just so there was some alfalfa ready on the map when you started, but it's not a marked field. And he was saying to me today he thinks he might take it out. So I think a bit of peer pressure on him here and now. I think he should keep it in, shouldn't he? What do you reckon? Galen. Do you know what? My biggest takeaway from the series is how quick you lot are to get rid of awkward people in pretty gruesome ways. It's shocking. The amount of suggestions of like having a hunting accident, etc., is quite hilarious. Yeah, keep it in. See. Also, it's less work for you, CJ, having to remove it all now. I think people quite like to play with it straight away. I wasn't going to do this whole field, but it's not taken too long at all, has it? I do have a large tedder. I'll probably split it into... I want to show you both colours of alfalfa hay and standard alfalfa grass bales, so we'll do those. 8213 Productions, you're quite enjoying Surviving Wyoming. Oh, I bet up my game then. But thank you, mate. No, that's very kind of you, and thank you so much for the super chat. That is much appreciated. See, Rysath, look at you go. He's going to have a terrible accident when he falls into the wood chipper. Love it. Evening, Anton. How are you doing? I have to say, actually, even now, and we've discussed this before, I think on other live streams, the brightness and the colour of the grass, this is a nicer colour already. I like this slightly darker colour. John Muchmore, when am I next live on YouTube? I'm live right now, John. No, seriously, Wednesday night. We'll be over on Green Valley for a little while. It doesn't look like... Oh, squares are better. Oh, I've got a round baler, right. I'm gonna have to... Oh no, I've got the Heston as well, so we can do that. Oh, Saran, thank you very, very much. Oh, actually, for fans of the series, look, I got a sample today. These are already in the store. But that's the logo from Jeb's shop. And on the other side, got the series logo. So, there you go. Might have to do a giveaway in the season finale for those. Maybe a little competition or something like that. That's a nice idea, Blake. Yeah, some Elk Mountain, like you've got on your truck, CJ. Nice little Elk Mountain logos on some of the kit and new starter in game. I'm going to start doing whiskey tumblers just for you, Scott. Right, here we go. Last few passes, and then we'll TED some, we'll windrow some, and we will get some baling done. And as the man himself has said, we'll do some square bales. Accidentally break one, Saran. Oh, how did that happen? Oh, I'll have to get a new mug. Right, there we go. Job done. I have chuckled to myself a little bit this week. What a week to pick to have a week off from doing content, eh? Couldn't have planned that if I'd tried. Oh, dragging the front one on the ground still. There we go. Mustard Seed, nice to see you, mate. How are you? I should use the Murga windrower. I think I didn't. No, I didn't get it. Let's just pop him here for now, shall we? Turn the engine off. Save the planet. Right. All right, you missed me. Oh, that's very kind of you to say. I have to say, it was a brilliant week off. It was so relaxing. I've operated on about 4 or 5 hours sleep for the last 18 months, so honestly I was going to bed at 11 PM or something like that, and getting up at 11 AM was magic. Yes, Phoenix. Glad you could make it. Yeah, Saturday's a slightly better night, I think. Although I do enjoy my Wednesday. It's kind of my midweek fix from... we can hear there's a... We'll pick up this, shall we? I'm going to test. We'll do some live testing. Guys send me stuff and they hate it when I do stuff like this. But... we pick up this. Now, if you've done this in the existing game, the bugle still plays. It is around here somewhere. But in the new version of the map, it is going to only play until you pick it up. So there we go. You're $1,000 better off. There we go. Saturday is good for the parents of young children as well. A little bit later as well. Glass of wine. Take care, Anton. Thanks for dropping in. So there we go. Pre and post windrowing. There we go. Well, that's a decent enough colour change that you know what you've done and what you haven't done, isn't it? Adrian Binson, welcome. Welcome, my friend. Nice to have you here. Oh, look at that. We've picked up a bit of grass on the edge there. Standard grass. That could be fun going into the baler. I think it will just convert it to alfalfa. Now remember, this is it's kind of clover grass, so that colour is pretty good because it does pick up some of the blues in the flowers sometimes. I think that's worked quite well. Keith, good evening. Rush episodes all the time. You play on this map. Please don't stop. No plans to stop, Keith. I might take a few weeks off or a couple of weeks off just to kind of write the next stage in the story. But no, I'm not. I'm not going to stop. I think what you'll find, Scott, is with it when it picks up the majority, it will convert it to. It will convert it to whatever the bulk of the crop is, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. There we go. Right, we'll do another lap around the outside, and then we'll leave the middle as grass. Have I taped the next survival roleplay episode? It was done yesterday, so I got back from holidays last night, jumped straight on the computer, recorded. That's how I knew my mic was working before. Frustrating. Yes, it's all done, ready to go. I haven't done a thumbnail yet, but other than that, it's ready to go. Personally, I think it's quite a good one this week. I'll leave you guys to reserve judgment. I'm going to try and do something better for season 2. Yes, John. That was a bit of a rush job when everything kind of got quite busy with it quite quick. So I never intended when I started to do that, but since then I have. So I'm going to have to think of maybe a better solution for the next series, but I agree, Scooter. I do think it's such a common crop that I'm surprised it's not made it into the game. I also think that it's an easy crop to implement, right? I said that last time. Did I? Wait, Alfalfa, is that a new part of the Elk Mountain mod? It is, Tracy. It is the new version of the map that should be out next week, if testing goes well. And yes, indeed, it is. I think the first map with a new crop in it since we've had 22. Oh, that's where I'm going. You drove your parents to Oklahoma so they could gamble in the casino. The things you do for your folks, see? Right, let's just drop that there. Little something going on with that. Titus from Tennessee. How's it going, Titus? Nice to see you, mate. How's things? Keep an eye out for Chip. Yeah, he's always lurking. He's always lurking. I was going to pick up a big chunky windrow, wasn't I? How big's that? 14 meters, 19. Let's go for the big fella. Oh no, that's the one I hate, isn't it? That's the one that's wonky. We'll just go for the Swadro. Yes, linseed coming out of Calmsden very soon as well, so great to see some new crops coming out. Why is that not there? I know why that's not there. Because I moved my store deliveries. Just move that back. Gerbo, how are you doing, mate? Nice to see you from Missouri. Lovely to have you here. Yeah, that's the aim with a Saturday night. Keep things fairly chill. Now, I have just lost a piece of equipment. Why? Oh, don't you just love it when you do this? I honestly thought it was down at the shop, and it's not. And I can't remember where I reset it to, so I might just do that incredibly lazy thing and buy a second one. Could have sworn I only had it in 2 places. Okay, I'll just do it again. Like I said, this is me in essence doing a bit of testing on the map and letting you guys see it. So I'm not going to be playing on with this version of this map on this save beyond tonight. So with that in mind, we can do a little bit of uneconomical farming, shall we say. John Deere Farms, what is new with this new map? Probably a good juncture to give everybody an update if you missed the start again. Was it at Farm 2, Joe? I've got some equipment down there, but yes, I probably will find it there later on. So the other new changes are additional terrain angle, which we will show in a little minute. It has dry corn now as well. So you can dry your corn. There is anhydrous on the map and propane to buy for your corn drying process, and we'll go and have a look at all. I've got some trucks set up, things like that, so we will go and literally work our way around these. And post live stream, I'll actually put some timestamps in the vid so that people can I said uneconomical, Mark, not unethical. There's two very different things. Right, here we go. So there you go. It puts into quite a substantial row here. Now watch that grass. It should just turn it to... Oh no, it doesn't. It's dumped a little bit of grass in the middle of my windrow. But it won't impact the bales, I don't think. Once you've started a bale of a certain type, it will keep doing that bale type. John Deere, yes it is coming out tomorrow. Next episode is recorded and ready, so it will be out standard time. MDC, welcome mate, how are you doing? That's interesting, look, it's picking up the missed piece of alfalfa there that wasn't tedded and has turned it into hay. But grass is getting in the way. Cheers Adrian, take care! Let's grab all of this, we only did one pass down here, and then we'll go and grab the second pass. And then we'll grab the baler. Or we won't, we'll do the grass as well, and then we'll grab the baler. Ed would like to see two. See, Ed, the best things come to those who wait. Or you wait until they're all out and binge it. I can't do 2 episodes a week. It takes about a week to pull one together. The amount of planning and prep that goes into it, and the amount of stuff that I have to do around the sides of it, like creating graphics and things like that. See, the fire at the end of the last episode took me about 3 days solid to build that in After Effects. So you won't be seeing much more fire in the series, let's put it that way. Unless I reuse it. Sorry, I've got no, for some reason the force feedback's gone on my wheel as well. Jamie Ailing, how you doing, Mud? How you doing? Nice to see you. It was released as a mod a few days later. Was it? Even I didn't know that. Typical. It is annoying, isn't it, Scratch? And it's not been fixed yet. I was annoyed with Logitech for not adding FS22 as a supported game yet. Ah, Farmers, you're too kind. So interestingly, you know the Jeb that somebody, and I genuinely don't know who it is. Somebody's created a Jeb character and does these response videos to mine in the week. But this week he decided he wanted to take the lead a little bit in the story and got a little bit ahead of himself. So I'm going to have to completely derail him with this week's episode. Because that's not where I saw the story going, so... Jake there, CJ was saying to me today, if you can get it through with hardly any issues in testing, hopefully in the next week or so. I wasn't going to, Mark. I'm releasing at 8, which I don't know when Argsy's planning on starting a stream. I thought he was starting his stream at 9 PM, so it's an hour after I release it, I think. But I'll do a job. I may release it another. Maybe I'll release it an hour early or something like that. I'm sure people wouldn't mind, would they? Should contact Dag. I've not actually seen Dagwin's survival roleplay stuff. Is it recent stuff? I used to watch it religiously at the start. Is No Man's Land from 19. But I kind of time is quite the commodity now. So I haven't caught up with his most recent stuff. I mean, I just sat and used After Effects, which I've used for work for years, but I haven't used it maybe in anger for about the last 2 or 3 years. So I'm kind of thinking that I could get up to speed a little bit quicker with it the more I used it. So if I need more special effects, I might need to up my After Effects game again. Okay, well, I've made a total dog's dinner of those windrows, haven't I? Evening, Pan. How's it going, buddy? Nice to see you. Let's get this parked up. And on CJ's recommendation, we are to be doing square bales, so we'll check them out. And now, somebody before was asking about the sprayer, and I did see it, and then I was going to respond, and then got dragged into another conversation. The sprayer, which you see here, I'm not sure if John's... John, are you on? This is from Northwest Mods and Edits. So Jonathan Dubois has done this. You may have heard me raving about how good his Ford truck is. But this is the 4054 John Deere sprayer. You might recognise it from 19, although it's kind of the precursor to the 4940. The guys at Custom Modding did. It's a lot smaller than that. Yes, my Dead Zones did reset Kartek. Very annoying. Although I did have force feedback until before, so I don't know where that's gone, but fix that afterwards. That's just an annoyance, really. It means I get wobbly in the fields. Sober X, glad you're enjoying it, mate. Yes, Junt works closely with Jonathan at Northwest Mods and Edits, and was kind enough to share it with me a little bit ahead of time. Do we have an ETA for the sprayer yet, mate? Is it looking like the next couple of weeks? All going to plan? Right, I'm going to just make sure I pick up inside the edge of the field here, so that I don't pick up grass. Pick up down. So here we go. Alfalfa hay bales. Let's see what these look like, shall we? Oh, nice little icon. Look at the icon in the bottom corner as well. That's nice. Sprayer's released. There you go. See what happens when you go away for a week? Sprayer is out. Now this is looking like a very nice bale texture, I have to say. What I'll do when I get to the end here, I will just spawn some standard bales and we can do a little bit of a comparison, can't we? David Gordon, if you go and visit Elk Mountain Modding on Facebook, you'll be able to pick it up there. And the sprayer is, if you Google Northwest Mods and Edits, you will be able to pick it up there. Will you need to replant alfalfa? No, it should regrow. Obviously, it's not a real field at the moment. It's just... so what I don't have here is any in-field info. Oh, look at that. On the windrow. Shall feed that back to CJ. Sprayer is as me, my magic one mark, yeah. So quick answer is no, it should regrow. Alfalfa should regrow like grass. That is a nice bale texture, isn't it? Very nice indeed. Let's spawn some normal bales. No, don't cracky, don't spawn pallets. Jeez, imagine. There you go, alfalfa hay. Normal hay. Just standard square bale, shall we? And grass. Should we get the same one? So there you go. Hay. This little comparison time. Grass. Alfalfa in the middle. Very nice. Not bad at all, that. You can use it for your animals, Peter. Gonna feed it to your animals. A windrow issue happens with grass and hay, and does it with bigger windrows. Is that problem when they've got with 22, isn't it, where they've shrunk the amount of angles to avoid reducing the performance. That is enhanced vehicle mod. Right, we'll do another bale, and then we'll drop into the grass rows and pick those up as well. Typically what'll happen is now we'll run along here and it'll keep giving me a hay bale until it's done. That's okay. It didn't take long, did it? So there's an alfalfa grass bale as well, or an alfalfa bale, not an alfalfa grass, rather than hay, but I'm going to run that next to the other ones as well. It looks pretty dark, so again, nice to be able to identify it quite quickly. Can you wrap it? Can you make alfalfa silage? Good question. Mark, good question. Let's go and find out. There we go. If you hit exclamation mark map, it will tell you the current status of the update. Going up in twos now. Of course it's not going to go up in twos when I want it to go up. It's like filling up your car, isn't it? You're trying to hit the limit perfectly. Oh, can't fold it, I need to unload it first, beg your pardon. Why? Question I ask myself regularly. You see, I have a GPU. Yes, indeed. Kind of required for recording footage and editing and stuff like that. Okay, Legion. How can you get derailed by the missus? Surely she's the light of your life and she comes before FarmSim, right? There you go. Alfalfa, grass, ordinary grass, alfalfa hay, ordinary hay. Very nice. Very nice. Now, let's go and get a bale wrapper. Because that is a good question that Mark asked just then. If we can wrap them for silage. Is alfalfa silage a thing? Yeah, that's always the answer when she's in earshot. There is no other answer. Bale wrappers. Let's just go with the standard fella, shall we? Let's see how this goes. Dump the mower here. Anhydrous and propane were not in the previous version of this map, no. John Deere, no, they weren't, so that's quite a big addition. I always do that. Has anybody else ever unfold their mowers when they're trying to unload them? There we go. Right. Grab that wrapper. Yeah, we'll have a look actually. I do feel those bales came out quite quickly. So, is a much richer grass. Yeah, that's the only problem with lime and precision. I remember that. Variable spray rate before precision came out made liming fun. And then precision came along and broke that. Ah, of course, Cranky. That would make you more intelligent than me, though. Which isn't difficult, but still. You are a smarter person than I am. Do you have to download the building separately from the map? Not in the new version. There is a couple of things. Okay, used garage is one, but other than that, everything should be included in the map now. That bale is not supported. Of course it's not. Why not? Because it's an alfalfa bale. There's your answer, Mark. Unless you want to mod a wrap. Oh well. Alfalfa grass. So it's just because it's hay. It's already dried, so you can't obviously wrap hay. Davis Farming, thank you very much indeed. Finish wrapping. Unload. Now what does it turn into? I'm guessing it just turns it into standard silage, do we think? What do we think? Yes, so wet alfalfa is treated exactly the same as standard grass. That is correct, Davis Farming. He is looking at doing a 1x to a quarter of the size of this map version for console, which is great. So there we go, there's a little bit of a preview of Alfalfa, and it's looking pretty good. Now I'm just going to see, I don't have any cows in my cow barn, but I might throw a few in there. It should regrow, Scooter. If it's been seeded, it should regrow like grass. Let's just buy a cow or two and see what... No, I don't want the truck. Come on. Of course it's going to give me the truck, isn't it? I love the fact that, look, he took the time to make all the vehicles dirty on the farm. The small touches. It is the small touches. 249 people. Oh, it's just dropped to 246. 257 on the readout, but mine's... I get a slightly more up-to-date version than you, and it's saying 246, so I must have said something that offended people. Right. There we go. Let's just buy a few of these. Now we should... Now, it will be interesting to see if alfalfa's been included as a foodstuff or not. So it's the same as TMR. You can feed it, I guess, but got grain in there as well. I'm going to do a test. One object's material, we're going to go with bale alfalfa. I'll do a little small one, shall we? This could be because it's a bale. I might get a little trailer actually, and fill it with some alfalfa. Or is it because cows don't take grass as a feedstuff in 22 as well? That could be our issue. In the outside bale feeder, there you go, a man himself. Keeping us right. The outside bale feeder is. There it is, hiding. Hiding in the bushes. So there we go. Alfalfa hay. 8,000 litres. Look at that, there it goes, and it's in. It's classed as hay. Brilliant. Fantastic stuff. So there we go, alfalfa. This is a clever map. You are not wrong there, Derek. You are not wrong there at all. Right, let's do a little bit of precision farming. I want to show you a few things on that. Let's go and get our John Deere again. Because the field next door is teed up to have a look at the soil map and stuff. Epic Domain, hello mate. It was great. I had a lovely week off actually. Really, really nice to kind of stop and catch my breath and recharge the batteries. Really good. So kind of good for the ideas too. Got the old thoughts flow. I had the laptop, so I wrote a few episodes of Elk Mountain, but at my own pace, didn't rush it. Right, let's hook this up. And we'll bring the sprayer along next as well. If only we had follow me. Yeah, and then we'll go and have a look at the anhydrous and the propane and all that stuff. The map will require a new game save. Yes, there's far too many updates. Ignoring Jeb in chat because he doesn't exist in this. He doesn't exist in this parallel universe. This is a different. Yeah, we clarified that, Christian. So it accepts alfalfa hay in the outside feed trough. So you still have to drop your. Oh, should be going in there. Still have to drop your feed stuffs like TMR in the inside feed trough. Real mower as well, that's another one. So if we drive over here, let's bring up our mini map. Now I did a little practice on this. As you drive on the field, there you go, that's where we were before. Fire up the spreader. So it's not putting any on there, look at that, because it's already put it on, so it doesn't need it. Which is good. So as you can see in the bottom of the map there, shows you a bit better when we go over the yellow stuff. It's applying optimal value for loam. Now if I stop about there somewhere, and jump out, pH value perfect. See that in the bottom corner? As you go outside where it's not been sprayed. So again, if we go back up to the map here and see what's what, there we are. The soil types, pH values, starting to tidy up here. I wonder if you could run over that again, that bit there. Let's run back to that bit actually. If some of it needs an additional application. Well, look at that, it was higher there. So we're right in the middle of the yellow bit, so no. Got it all perfect, which is good. Can't see the minimap because of my cam overlay. Good point. Right, let's just jump to that for a second so you can see it. There we go. So let's just run that again. So as you spread, it puts the optimal amount on. It doesn't show up as well on this yellow because it doesn't need as much. And it's actually eating the lime as well. Look at that. But there you go. On the darker stuff, that's when your lime usage goes through the roof. But it's covering that nicely. There we go. That's done. We're out of lime, so but we can see where we've been, and the pH values are good or perfect. And again, you can see the ring around the outside that we've already applied there. So if you got that field done, that would do nicely. Now, if we jump back to our sprayer over here, which we can't do because we're in precision. There we go. That's right. That's well, actually, now you're right, Matthew. Really lends itself to utilising the stone quarry to make your own lime. We'll head over with this. We're also going to do a little bit of an anhydrous in the next field as well. Hang on a second, I am just going to pin that message from Mr. Junt there. So if we come over here like so now, with our liquid fertilizer, get this unfolded again. When we roll over the field, you'll see it goes a rather bright shade of orange. Once we get into place, I'll just fire this up, and as you can see on the precision farming map, we're getting a nice colour of green there. Now we did a little bit before, which you see just there. But again, covering it off with nitrogen now. Look, he's cut off the sprayer nozzles now, as we've gone over the bit we did before, and again there, before kicking back in. So that's nice. We're doing those now. I want to just do a test actually, because I haven't checked this yet. I spin around like so. So half of my sprayer is over what I've already driven on. Half is not. Is it going to be smart enough to do? No, it's not. That's interesting. Although you could still do it manually with your working widths. And I haven't got it set up to do an individual side, but there we go. No, it's not working at all. There we go, back to normal. Hugh, the anhydrous toolbars I had in Green Valley come out yet? No, they have not. I haven't spoken actually to them this week. Manure and slurry spreading, as far as I know, it works the same. But I haven't. This is literally the first time I've had the chance to give precision a spin. So nice to see it working as intended on the map, though. So that's good. It will be a standard size map for PS4 if he gets it done, or if Giants accept it. Right, we are going to do a little bit of anhydrous, and to do that we need to go over to here to start with. So here's our anhydrous buy point. These trailers here are available from Central Ohio Modding. So you've got an anhydrous trailer, and you've also got a propane trailer. Take care, Marcel. Thank you for dropping in. And Leiden, welcome. How are you, mate? Nice to see you again. So we just need to roll up to here, and it already has anhydrous as a fill type. So if I hit the R button now, there we go, we're filling up with anhydrous. Saran, other console players? There are Saran. I think there's a good volume of them. I don't know what the numbers are. 1313. If you do ! map, that'll give you the info you need, mate. Might as well fill this right up. Two kilometers, Davis. 2 kilometers or a standard size map. $135,000 litres, right. Let's head back to where I have something I prepared earlier. The weight on this is pushing the tyres through the mud guards. Look at that. Need a little bit of an adjustment in the weight thing there. Oh, driving at high speed without any centralising of your wheel. Not easy. Blue Peter Gross. That's how bad it's got, Cranky. So we'll just pull in at this rather dilapidated old garage. Clearly run by somebody that takes no pride in their work. or appearance. Thank you, JB. Nice to have you here. Jeepers creepers. So we'll just head along. This is a very quiet truck, actually. It's going to be the same as the US map. It's going to be the same as all 3 maps that Giants put out in the base game. Davies. That's Jeb's place. Whoa, pay attention, FSG. We're going to drop into this field here, and we're going to give a little bit of an anhydrous a spin. Get a little stutter there, I don't know what that was. So I'm intrigued to see how anhydrous will work with precision. It should just class it as a fertilizer. Yeah, look, there's that other squadron. Now the unload point is on left. I think it should work either side, but we'll just give ourselves the best chance possible. Hello Ian, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. And we'll pull up, load up next to forward. There we go. Look at that. You could even unload direct from the trailer. You don't have to hop into the tractor and load up, which is nice. Pesky Squadro. Right, so there we go. Anhydrous is full. Let's give this a whirl, shall we? Yeah, did you notice this? I love it that the number plate is obviously fallen off at some point. It's just wedged in the back window. Made me smile when I saw that before. So there we go. We've got a full tank of anhydrous. Hopefully we'll be able to get out of this gate without hitting it. There you go. It's almost like we know what we're doing. We're going to head along to that field just over there, which I think... Oh, the gate's over there. Why it's much cooler than... Well, actually, it is cool because it is nitrogen, frozen nitrogen, or liquid nitrogen, which obviously shrinks to a very low temperature when it's held under pressure, and when it's released and makes contact with air, it turns to a gas, and it's pretty potent. So you don't want to be getting it wrong. But it's basically designed for use with corn and maize, because they suck so many nutrients out of the ground. So you don't really need it so much for things like wheat and barley and other crops. But if you're planting maize, and I think that's something that might be nice in I'm kind of hoping, like last time the guys at JS Mapping modded. Let's just turn it on. No sounds on this yet. The guys at JS Mapping modded precision farming to work with anhydrous. So, do I own this field? Let me just check I own this field before I go running around in it. I do own the field. Have I uncovered the soil map for it? I have. So let's see what happens. So we are applying anhydrous, which is a fertilizer type, but interestingly not showing up. So that is interesting. There we go. So it's not registering as anhydrous on the map. Yeah, it needs an updated version of precision. I thought it might recognise it as a standard fertilizer. So it has turned. So it's applying. I think if you added precision, if you do the update that happened with 19 to 22, it would work. So I think what we need is a slightly tweaked version of precision farming to handle anhydrous, which I'm pretty sure somebody's going to be working on it already. But it is working, as in it's applying. The toolbar is applying as you would expect. If I turned off precision farming and just ran this with a normal map with no precision farming, that would show that as a fertilizer type, because it just treats it as an additional fertilizer type. So there we go. Scott George, thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. Yes, so we need basically the line of, or the lines of code that need to be added to precision farming to recognise anhydrous as an additional fertilizer type are what is required. So I'm sure that won't be too far away. So there we go. JB, how am I doing, Jeb? We're trying to get FSG's land and failing. Rub his nose in it. Like it. So there we go. We've got anhydrous, and it's applying itself to the map. As you can see, it's counting down nicely from the tank as well. So all is good here. What we don't have is precision farming registering it as a fertilizer type yet. So another little test done there. So we'll just have to be patient on that one until we've got an anhydrous version of precision. Right. Now the last thing, or the other thing I wanted to show you tonight was propane and corn drying. So first things first, let's run into town. So this is the other tanker from Central Ohio. Get this hooked up. And we'll run this into town because there's a propane 5 point. Huntsman, you just bought a PC and switched over from console. Feels like a different game, doesn't it, mate? Feels like a different game. So we'll head into town, we'll get this filled up, we'll head back to the dryer, which is just there. Those two trailers were full of corn ready to be dried, so we'll give that a go as well. And again, it gives us a chance to have a look at this absolutely stunning map. Look at the scenery. I've cranked the settings right up as well, so my redraw's on the far. Just the kind of difference in the height. Look at that. Lovely little drop down. River running next to us there. Superb. I always bang on about it, but character in maps. Propane bomb. I'm going to park it at Jeb's, Raymond, and leave the taps open. Sure, when he wanders out and lights up a cigarette, I'll give him a shock. We don't actually need this. I know there's some propane in the dryer, but I just thought I'd show you where the propane sell point was. Oh, the fact the road isn't all clean as well, and it's got weathering and wear and all of that stuff is fantastic, isn't it? So well done. CJ's attention to detail is off the charts. It really is. So if you're downloading this map, there is additional mod. That is one of the additional mods that you need to pop into the map, and it's the OK used garage. But I think that's probably the only one, isn't it? So tractor supplies here. There we are. So the anhydrous is over there behind the tractor dealer, and there is this propane sell point just inside here. So we should be able to just fill up nicely here. See how good this trigger is. Perfect. Hasta la vista, Jibby. In a Cockney London accent. Right, there we go, 65. That's more than enough. We don't need as much of this as we do of... Oh, got a couple of areas there at the top. Oh, you can't get out. Okay. Note to self, next time you come in, maybe reverse up to it. Now I'm going to have to get myself out of a tight space. See if my pressure's on. Got an audience. Gonna skim that bollard. Yes. Just. Look at that. Didn't embarrass myself in front of you lot. Right, let me pop myself back on stream then. There we go. Forgot my face wasn't on stream. JB, good. There's a few of you in here. Brad, how many episodes will there be in my Wyoming drama series? The quick answer is, I don't know yet. I'm going to tell you how many they're going to be in season 1 though. There's going to be 10 episodes. And then I'm going to go away and I'm going to write the story for the next series. I'm going to keep you on your toes, you lot. You're all very demanding, wanting more than one episode a week, so I'm gonna keep it as I'm gonna keep you waiting, looking forward to it. Best things come to those who wait. There you go. Right, let's run this back to the dryer. Like, this road is phenomenal, isn't it? Cliffhanger time. It's a good one this week. More questions than answers though, of course. Here we go. The propane tank is around the corner here. There we go, so we shall fill that up. It was half full anyway, but top up a bit more in there. Hey, Rusty's back! How you doing, buddy? We were on Argsy's stream before and Rusty was heading out to work. He must be on... What is it? Coffee break, Rusty? Hey, FarmSim Jim, how you doing, mate? Thank you for the note before. I appreciate that. Hey, Andrew, nice to see you too. Well, there you go. Propane tank empty again. Jump from Farmflix to HBO. Oh, Derek, I remember Dallas very well. Loved it. Yeah. Good old cop batteries. I still laugh heartily at that. So I'm going to show you this in here, but it's... we better hide that before the game is released. That's the unload animation map, which should be hidden, but we'll just shut that door, pretend we didn't see that. Now over here, somebody's put a nice logo on this. Austin Pekarski. Hope I said that. Pisarski. There we go. Let's get your name right. You've been a very, very generous donation there. Thank you very much, my friend. That is very, very kind of you. And delighted that you're enjoying the content. Delighted. It's all because you guys keep watching. And a lot of you give great ideas, ask great questions, get involved. That I can make the content that I can make. So, yeah, thank you very much, Austin. Very, very generous of you. That will go towards supporting the channel. There are a few giveaways coming up in the next few weeks, I think, and things like that. So, very kind of you. Very kind of you. Okay, so let's unload here. So your corn goes in here. We've got our propane, and you need to buy this as well, just so you know. You need to head up to here, hit the R button to own this. You don't need to own the land, but you need to buy this production facility for it to work. There's the grain going in. And then if we switch to the second hopper, get that unloaded as well. Yeah, 1313, that was sent to me the other day by, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, which is shocking. That's the same toolbar, but they're working their way through fixing it so it operates properly. So when it's ready, they're going to release it. It hasn't got any sounds or anything on at the moment, but that's their plan. But their unloads should be able to fill from the other side as well. So what we'll do, let's roll over. Let's dump the second load in here as well. And then we'll go and look at grain prices, because you'll understand that the reason or the effort that needs to go into buying propane for drying is beneficial. Simulation Farmer, why don't I play English maps when I'm English? Oof, it's a good question. I do sometimes play English maps. I did Calmston earlier in the year. But it's a long story. Are you ready for it? It's not that long. The potted story is my dad went to university in Minnesota in 1970. He went on a farming scholarship, and there was a load of people from all over the world, and he stayed and worked in the US for 3 years. And he did his university course and worked on farms as part of his university course, but in the summer travelled all over the states. Drove combines in Wisconsin, drove combines in California, worked out of Minnesota, down the south of Minnesota, out of Mankato, where the university campus was. And so I grew up on our family holidays. I'm probably one of the few British people that spent more time in the Midwest of the US than in Disneyland or Florida. So that's why I love American farming. I love the difference between that and the UK farming. Grew up on a farm as well. On a farm for the first 20 years of my life as a kid. Helped out, milked cows, drove tractors, did harvest. But I'm blown away by the scale of things in the States. I think it's just mind-boggling. I should be able to roll back under here. We'll skip forward a bit of time. Give it a chance to dry. Big Scooby, I know you live in Minnesota. You're southern Minnesota as well, aren't you? I am going to productions. So there you go, corn dryer. Already active. We've put our corn in. Look, we've already got 5,000 litres of dry corn already just from dumping. If we skip forward a few hours, we should have a trailer full. Oh, you're northern Minnesota, Scooby. Somebody was on the other night from down southern Minnesota. Is Elk Mountain a real place? No, it's based on... CJ, who lives there, it's based on areas he knows. There is a place called... I think there's a place called Elk Mountain in Wyoming, but it's not the same as the map. The map is fictional based on a real place. Do I live in England or the US? I live in England now. Well, I don't. I live in Scotland. Can't say England and Scotland. I'm British. I'm proudly English, and I love living in Scotland. There you go. Without getting political. Imagine Jeb driving the General Lee and going crazy. Well, I think he's already gone crazy. There you go, Frank. Frank's in central Minnesota. So Frank, until 3 years ago, I was in Minnesota once a month with my work. Did it for about 3 years solid. Flew over the dreaded Edinburgh to Newark to Minneapolis flight. It was about 12 hours. There you go, Austin. Real life, driven through it. So, let's... Oh yeah, I said I was going to skip forward a couple of hours, didn't I? Let's zip forward to 5 PM. There we go, we'll get the nice evening light. God dog! It's been a while, mate! How are you? So wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, sunflower, soybeans, dry corn, 182,000 litres, look at that. So we'll fill that up. Can you tell us any secrets about the survival series? I'll let you into a secret. I survive. JTK from Minnesota here too, Southern Twin Cities. Bloomington was where I was based when I was out there. You know, you've got the most, the most Fortune 500 head offices of anywhere in the US, I think. So I worked for Carlson. The Carlson family, who owned Radisson Hotels and Best Buy and TGI Fridays. No, TGI Fridays head offices in Texas though. That wasn't my account. I didn't work on that one. Or it would have been in Texas too. Fat Rat, take care, buddy. Nice to see you. So I'm going to quickly stop here because I've got a load here. I've got 78,000 litres of dry corn. So Derek with the big secrets. So if we look at this, so corn, there's your original corn price. There you go. We're looking at what range of 540 up to 733 there, randomly 909 being the highest we've been to. If I go down to dry corn, now you've got to do comparisons here whether or not you need to offset the cost of your propane and things like that. But at the moment, you're getting at least $200 more from the top end. So you'd need to let that run a bit and see what your highest prices were. But there you go, Wyoming grain at the moment, $8.90 per 1,000 litres. So with the price of your propane and your propane fill station, it's at $1 per 1,000 litres. It's a worthwhile exercise. There you go, Elk Mountain Modding. You live right on the border of Wyoming and Colorado, and the map is inspired by places from both. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Now, I think that is all I've got to show you on this map. I've run for a lot. I thought I was going to do about an hour tonight, and I've done an hour and 44, so there you go. They were like, Chef, he's giving you a bad name, is he, Rusty? I'm going to write you into Series 2 to come and clean up the town and put in a good donut shop. Okay, folks, time is great. This time of night on this map is fantastic. Siege is gonna kill it. I mean, look at that. Let's get rid of all the gubbins. It's just a stunning, stunning map. GPS not working since update 1.4.1. I don't know, Jacob. I'll have to check. In fact, do you know what? I've got it installed on... I think I've got it on this. I have got it on this. Right, let's do... The people ask. People shall get an answer. Old Cranky, my friend. Towards giveaways, you are a legend, sir. You have been a phenomenal supporter of the channel. You are too kind. Thank you, sir, as always, for your support and time. Check my key bindings. Yes, I think that might be maybe your main issue. So, there we go. A point. Things are looking good at the moment. B point, show my lines. Set my width. All is looking good here, Jacob. So yes, to turn it on. There we go. So there you go. Christoph's point is a good one. Jacob, check your keybinds, because I know a lot of people's keybinds were cancelled. If you've got anything in there, just need to reset them. To check and reset them to how you like them. Okay. But no, all working good. So it sounds like you've probably got a mod clash somewhere, Jacob. Did mess up a lot of mods, the update, so check yourself. Who did I see there was asking for a shout out? Darren R. Shout out for your friend. I don't know his name. Oh, FS Crofter. How you doing, mate? Hope you get well soon. Yeah, look after yourself. Get well. Do you see doing an episode of Jeb jumping his truck over a creek? No, I do not. He would fail at it. He would fail at it. So, there we go. A little Little trial and error thing at the end there, but there we go. Mr. CJ's Elk Mountain is just brilliant. It was brilliant before. It's like quadruply brilliant now. Just like the icing on the cake, just really polishing stuff. So thank you for sending me early, CJ. Appreciate that as always. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, CJ's working his backside off to try and get it finished as quickly as he can. I think in the next week or so we'll be seeing this, so you don't have to wait too long for it, and it's well worth a new game save. So have a great rest of your weekend. Quadruply brilliant, there you go. Have a great rest of your weekend, folks. It's great to be back. It's nice to be back. Yep, we've got Surviving Wyoming coming again tomorrow. I'll run the trailer at the end again just for fun, and I will see you all again very soon. No Man's Land on Tuesday. It doesn't look like this week. Arky's decided he wants to go to the pub instead of play games with me, so I'll not take offence to that. But there we go. So we might miss another one of that. So I'll have to think about what we put out on Tuesday. But we'll be heading back to Green Valley on Wednesday. And, well, yeah, we'll just see how the week pans out. But for now, from me, as always, thank you all for your support, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.